Hi, I'm Jennifer from the Worcester branch of the Wayne County Public Library, and in today's Tuesday Crafternoon, I would like to share with you how to make a hand-stitched double heart Valentine card. This is one of the simpler stitched card patterns that I've found for this year's Take and Make kits, and it involves two different kinds of stitching. So the center heart you can see is just everything kind of crosses over each other. And then for the outer heart, we're going to be coming and jumping multiple holes, but doing a nice thick line around it with an open center of the heart. So what you'll need for it is the pattern, of course, which will be in the Take and Make kit. Your cardstock, again, you take the 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock and cut it this way across the middle. Fold it, and then you can punch out the pattern. It's always hard to show you the whole pattern on the card, but I've already got it done. I always like to slip a piece of cardboard under the cardstock so that you don't damage the table. Use your beading awl or a big needle to poke the holes. And then I'm going to do my card in pink and red embroidery floss, needle, scissors, tape to secure the ends of the floss. Remember, no knots. And then a piece of paper to cover the back of the stitching when you're done. So, get your stuff together or grab something to drink while we go through this, and let's get started. To begin, I'm starting with the inner heart here, and what I'm doing is starting at the very lowest point of this V in the heart. And I've already taped it down in the back, so I'm just going to go straight across to the point and pull through. So you've got just that straight line to start with. And then what we're going to do is alternate moving one hole coming up, going to the first hole on the opposite side over here, one hole back over here, and you're just crisscrossing all the way around. So come up the next hole, and we're going up to the next hole on the other side. You can see how that's starting to cross over. So I'm going to move one more hole. Come up. One more hole over here. The nice thing about doing an even kind of mirrored shape side to side like a heart is if you start at a really obvious point, like right down the middle, you don't have to worry about counting. You just go one hole at a time, crisscrossing over, and it turns out perfectly. I kind of like that. Makes it so much easier, right? And that's all there is to doing this center heart. You see it just works its way slowly around and you get a little bit of twist in the middle that gives it a little depth. So I'm just going to tape down the end as always. And I'll trim that. And then we're ready for the second color. All right, so we're going to work on the outside heart now. And for this, we do need to do a little bit of counting. It's going to start here at this middle hole. And you can see on this finished one, here is where that connects. So let's count over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 holes. And we are going to do that on the same side. So let's remember 11 just for that first stitch. So I've already brought this up and secured it. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and down. And watch out, this is going to be a really long floss because I was finishing up a skein. So I have to be careful I don't get any snags or knots while I work. And remember, when you're doing that, when you're counting, you go down and then you come up the very next hole and we work our way back. So next hole, come up. And we're coming back to the hole right after the one we started at and go down. Come up the next hole. And across to the next hole on this side. And that's how we're going to progress all the way around this side of the heart. And we're going to do the sides separately. I didn't quite figure out how I would do the curve down here without it getting really kind of funky in here as it makes the turn. So that's why we're just going to do this side, and then we'll come over and do this side, and they'll look nice and even. So we'll come back up, and there's my knot. Let's work that out. It's always kind of tricky when you get these little knots catching in your embroidery floss. You just have to take a moment and be really patient and undo them. So bear with me while I work on this. There we go. And then I get another one. Isn't that always the way? All right. We'll come back and cross back over. And I'll just keep going. And stop talking so I don't screw things up. Just sit back and watch. Okay, there's side one. Get all the extra little floss fuzz off of that. And we'll come around to the back, tape down the end, as always, and we'll trim that. I'll go ahead and do the second side and I'll be back. So almost done here on the second side, and remember it's a mirror image of the first side. So that initial stitch was exactly 11 holes over, just like the first one was. And we keep doing the back and forth until we get those sides filled out, a nice little curve here in the middle. So I'll go ahead and tape that down. Trim the thread. And here we go. Got a fairly simple double heart Valentine card. And then if you want, you can write Happy Valentine's Day or any other sentiment you want on the front or on the inside. You can cover up the back of the stitching, or that one's not too bad if you want to just leave it as is. So this take and make kit will be available, I think, very early February. Probably that first Monday. I'm not sure. I would have to look at the dates. But it will include the pattern, the cardstock for making 2 cards, the floss, 2 different kinds of shades of pink or red or something that'll go with the cardstock color. And you can register for that on the library calendar of events page. Call us at the reference desk. We'll be happy to put you on the list, and even if there ends up being a waiting list, I will still try and make sure that there are enough kits for everybody. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you want to give this a chance, and in the meantime, stay healthy, be kind, and get creative. Bye-bye.